Hello. Are we live? I'm thinking this will probably be a rather quick stream. I just felt like doing some watercolor. But first I gotta draw something. Haven't been using this book for quite some time now. I've been using it a bit, but I went shopping recently and would like to test some colors. Well, and by some colors I mean that I bought this today and I have some other colors that would be fun to swatch. These are like a little dot card I got from a friend, which I haven't really used. So I would like to try that, but I also gotta try to be quick because I got other things to do today. So short stream probably. And first things first, I gotta find a pencil. Yeah, I don't have that stuff. Got this. These here. Years ago, I saw someone using one of these. Like, this is a 0.3 mechanical pencil. And some people are really good with using skinny lines, like the thinnest lines, and they have so much detail and control over everything. I feel I am one of those artists who will hide my mistakes in the blurry lines. So I find it very hard to use this, though for many years all I had was like the hardest lids for these, which naturally just rips up the paper very, very quickly. So I've been hating this, but I want to like it, especially because of the color, you know. I might get into using it, but for now I think I'm gonna go somewhere and dig up an actual pencil, because I got a bunch of those too to use up. There's always this, the horde. I'm sure you guys know. If I just dig into my handbag, we got pencils. Won't be HB. Let's go HB. Here we are. Well, I'm not sure if I want to start this right away. I've been thinking that I would like to draw something that goes across both pages. I want to use a lot of pink because I'm feeling pink. And the most natural thing is having a drawing of Ella. My pink wolf character, Ella. But if you want to show all her pink, she should be only lightly dressed. But I don't really want it to be suggestive either. So I'm not sure. How do I get the most pink out of it? Twitch preview keeps freezing for me. I hope there's nothing wrong with that. Also, apologies to everyone if I happen to be sniffly in the mic. I have been a little sick. I'm doing fine. But I still got some of the snifflies. But I might want to stuff something in my nose just to save you guys from disgust. There we go. Now, this can be relaxing, but I feel I'm not quite in the suggestive mood. So perhaps if I do Ella, but just a standard wolf form, that would span across the pages, and it would be a lot of white, no, pink. Yeah. In that regard, I could do something maybe more exciting than just laying there. What can a poor baby do? Poor wolfy babe. Could do a shot from above, perhaps? That could be exciting. Never actually done that. It's probably not super exciting, but it's something different. Yeah, why not? well, if I can figure out how to place stuff. Sure. It doesn't have to be very exciting. I just want to finish this book. It has very few pages left, though I might have been skipping on like the effort on the last few pages. Like this one isn't even finished. It's lacking some line work. But I want to move on. I got more sketchbooks than only this one. So there's quite a lot. There we go. Finally I managed to hit a spot where the book is actually on like the middle of what do you call those? It's not inserts. Well, a section. Now I'm just gonna do this without actually checking what dogs look like from above. I'm feeling very impatient today, so I'm just gonna do that. Sketch is very light, so it's not very visible yet. Should I do it mostly in pencil? Or shall I bother inking? Like, it's so easy for me to forget that in the end, this is just a sketchbook. I should be free in using it. I shouldn't feel restricted to having to make good art inside it. But oh, that is so easy to forget. That said, I've had some fun lately playing with my other sketchbook, just the regular one. I'm also intending to do some redraws of drawings that are 20 years old by now. I always have the ambition to be doing those redraw this piece things, but I rarely get around to do them. Let's see. Let's just imagine that I know what wolf tracks actually look like. Doesn't matter. I'm feeling this is quite winter-like. But I'm not sure. It's always more interesting to have some color going on. What else can help this read as a shot from above? I'll just mess it up with I add this bush, won't I? Oh, what's happening here? Dog from above. Yeah, I know what a dog from above looks like. I don't know what a dog from above looks like. But ears not as forward tilted, pointed. Does look rather silly. Oh yeah, this is messed up. Or is it? It's not that messed up, it just feels messed up. Okay, whatever. It's the hair. Messes it, things even more. That's cool. I can live with that. Yeah, I can figure out other things as I go. Yeah, I'm feeling sort of winter, maybe try of like a dirt track or something across there. We can do that. Let's see, away with these. Then I gotta fetch some water. But I also want to try this little Old Holland. I don't really trust that this is a color I will like. But pink's gotta do what pink's gotta do. It was very lonely in its basket, so I bought it. And I'm ending up having a range of pinks that I can be using. I got 2 opera pinks right now. I got one Schminke Quinrose pink, which I don't really like. It's kind of grey. And there's a second one that I don't know the name of. So with the Old Holland one, that's another. I could probably just have a squirt somewhere. I think ideally I would like to have that in a short, narrow pan. I'm not sure if that's doable. It doesn't matter. I have nothing to use these little fields for. Whoa! Oh no! Okay. This baby wanted out. Cool. Pay attention when you open your tubes. That's nice. I regret. I wanted it in a smaller one, but whatever. Now I gotta find my stuff. I got this brush here. It's not a gay flag. It's just a flag to help me pick this up from the pan. But I will be needing water and some paper tissue. There's the paper tissue, got 'em. And a jar of water. There we are. I also bought a dot card, which I'm looking forward to use, but the whole thing is so big. And it's a Winsor & Newton professional watercolor one, which I'm not really convinced that I'm going to like it. But I figured this here that it would be nice to just look at the pigments and see how they behave. Like, I know very little about the Winsor & Newton professional watercolor. I know their student watercolors are kind of awkward. And they might be the brand who are the worst at labeling properly their stuff, or like you have to actually look to see if it's professional watercolor or not. But I figured pigments are usually the same, so I would have fun with this and see if there are colors I like. I'm still on the lookout for pinks that I like. Not pinks, purple. I would like very much to have a good purple that is a bit redder than this here. I got both a Rembrandt branded purple here, but there's also the Carbazole Violet from Daniel Smith, which is very deep, very dark, very smooth, very pretty. I love it. But I would like to have just a redder purple. So I've been on the lookout for that. I got this manganese violet from Schminke. Sadly, it is granulating and I cannot use it for what I would like. So maybe a dot card can help me out. Otherwise, I got these, which I am still wanting to try out, but it says it's a dot card. But let's be honest, these are just mini pans without the pan. So I would like to have actual projects I am going to use these on before trying them. But they are beautiful. Got them for Christmas. Now let's see. I got the water. I got paper towel. But I did not get a bigger brush. Do I even have a bigger brush? I have something. Guess this works. Should work. Oh yeah. Surely I have. Got my trusty traveler brush too. This one. It's alright. Or well. Huh. It's got a slight bend. How? How does one get bent in the protective sleeve? Oh well. I got this. I got this. I don't really have any big ones. Oh well. Palette. Palettes are nice. Here's my lemon. Lemon palette. There, if I adjust the lighting just slightly, we can get some more even light. Do I want to clip this down? Yes, I think I do. Woo! There we go. Yes, and the clip is, of course, in the way of the jar. Awesome. Then we do paper, no, jar, paper, watercolors. Like so. All set. Now, maybe for the sake of it, I'm going to get up constantly because I'm needing things. Now, where did I put my... I got this watercolor paper that I am not using because it was poorly made, or, well, it had some issues. And that paper I am using for swatches, like, I'm just going to use it for color testing. But right now, my place is a mess. Okay, found it. I found it. There we go. Now you can see here, I've already swatched a few colors. This is the granulating purple. That makes me sad. I mean, I don't have to be wasteful though. I can swatch on the opposite side. Doesn't matter. But yeah. This here aquapad was had some lined texture to it, which isn't supposed to be there. And so I've hated painting on this, but I got a replacement, which I'm happy with, and I'm looking forward to try that. Maybe I will do that sometime after I finish up this book. Could be nice. I also got lots of watercolor paper to try out in the future, so maybe I could have some streams with that as well. I'll take this mini clips just to clip down things. So, alright, palette. Palette. Ideally, you keep palette close to where the colors are. My issue is that I don't really have space. There we go. Perfect. Totally. Not an issue. Especially not here. No issues whatsoever. Right. I'll focus on the ground first. I need a pipette. Here. Here it is. Focus on ground first. Someone told me about spraying your watercolor with water first to get out some, to get more of the pigment. Not sure if I will do that, but I can moisten up the ones that I think will be useful. I might even be able to use some of the manganese violet, actually. It's rough to get started. Do I want to make big washes first, or do I want to just mix harmless brown? I am on a mission to use up my old watercolors so that I can buy new ones, but also so I can use up colors I don't like. Who would have known that using up the colors you don't like is very hard because you don't want to use them? Or at least I don't. Let's see. Yeah. It's very basic brown. It can work just as a wash to indicate some ground. Here we are. It's very subtle. I'm going to keep some blue or cold tones in there, so I don't want the brown to go too far. Oh, it's pulling. Away with you. Might be this would be easier if I wetted the paper first. Oops. Whoopsie. Then what I can do, I can steal a taste of the Payne's Gray. Ooh. It's almost black-like. It's ultramarine. Very strong. Maybe we can have a dab of very weak ultramarine that is going across. Like so. That is a way to show some of the blue. I'm going very weak here with colors. It's been a while since I actually painted anything, really. Been busy. Now, I shouldn't forget that the wolf too needs to have a shadow. I want this to be like the same. The bad thing with me doing it this way is that now I'm going to be thinking about what actual colors I'm going to be using rather than just painting it all pink like I wanted to do. Mistakes. Mistakes were made. There. We're getting something. Happy like Yoshi. Hello, Cloud Swipe. Yeah. Let us be happy like Yoshi. That's gonna be my vibe. I'm gonna stay streaming for long, so I will be playing this list twice. I should actually just hit the repeat button right away, so I don't have to remember. Now I'm wanting some ochre with this, or at least I want the little dabs of grass to be ochre. But maybe I want to use something else to moisten up, because I want it to be like soft dabs of wet grass. It's not as weak as I wanted. feeling impatient. I'm not gonna be waiting for paint to dry. Or water to dry, I guess. Now I'm feeling that before doing much more with the background, I should probably see how the character will pop. But to do that, I gotta try out my new color. Or I can try the first ones. If I just write, let's see. Schminke, Green Rose. What's the name of the other one? Oop. Got a bunch. Brilliant, Opera Pink, and Purple Magenta. Okay. Let's make a Purple Magenta. Got it. Writing. Then it is Schminke Opera Pink. And I think the other one is Daniel Smith Opera Pink. Then we have, what's the Old Holland. Royal Purple Lake. Crazy name for paint. First off, we do the Queen Rose, which I did somewhat like. I'm conflicted. It is quite deep. Now, this is not going to behave properly as watercolor goes, but it's fine. Schminke Purple Magenta, that's this one. That one is more on the blue side. Then we have Schminke Opera Pink. Which is very bright, very pink. Then Daniel Smith. I think these two are very slightly different. But enough different that it's cool to have both. And now for the new Old Holland. What are you? Royal Purple Lake. Ooh. Now, I cannot really tell from the paper. This paper has, I mean, since this is the backside of some watercolor paper, it might be getting dots. Maybe I was kind of stupid. But yes, this is like a collection of pink. So strong pinks. I like the redness of this though. That might have some very nice uses for my part. We'll see how these dry. But how was it? I can grab another sheet and do some tests on there. The Queen Rose, which turns out gray. It has uses, but it doesn't spark joy. It sparks disappointment, sadness, depression. The purple magenta is better. Bit stronger. Quite more on the purple side. Oh. Hold on. Quite more on the purple side. And if I go straight on the Old Holland, because I think it seems like just a darker pink, so it compares better. It is redder. I think I like it. Hard to tell if it might be granulating some. Hard to tell. And for good measure, we do the opera pinks as well. Here we go. Very nice. We'll see if I get to use this Old Holland one at some point. You can tell here that the paper from the correct side, it's a bit better at taking in water. It's cool though. I shouldn't be hoarding all these pinks. It is bad. But actually, given I could probably combine the reddish Old Holland pink for the bright side on the wolf and use my depression schminke Queen Rose pink on the dark side. That could work. I can like that. Let us try. See if I can do that. Can you do that? It doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't have to be special. I just want a light wash of the Old Holland color. Pink wolf. I choose you. There we go. Light pink. Very light pink. It's quite satisfying. I should let that dry, but I don't wanna. And since I am wasteful, I can just mix in my schminke pink into the Old Holland pool. Surely I won't need the Old Holland again. No worries. And surely this is dry enough and won't bleed. What can go wrong? Nothing. There we go. When I watch videos of like watercolor painting people, they all have this natural color favorites. Sap green and burnt sienna. All these names. But I guess that's easily a favorite if you like to draw a lot of nature. For my part, it's not that cool. It's not as interesting. Here we go. Getting some shade. Nice. I have no idea how well this will work. And well, looks like I gotta start a new well with more of the Old Holland. It does dry pretty quickly though. That's nice. Picked a bad brush. This one doesn't hold water very well. It's good for small areas. It is becoming streaky. Didn't take enough paint. Oh. Pink creature. Can we go deeper on the Queen Rose? Perhaps. Not sure how well it'll go. I'm trying not to be wasteful with paint as well. But maybe it's not necessary. You know, baby's got too much paint. Now, how do we make the background stronger? I think I still want the ground to be way darker, but maybe I should try mixing some of this manganese violet. This can be quite granulating, and maybe that's good. Whoops. Yeah, giving the ground its own shade color, that helps. Clicks. What else do I want to do? Use more of the ultramarine? Possibly. Ever so careful. Must be hard to be careful around such powerful pinks. Yeah, these pinks are very powerful. I honestly, for the strongest pink ones, I don't know what to do. I love practicing with trying to have pinks being set in an environment, but in as a consequence, for the strongest pinks here, I don't know what to do. So some intense colors. I should probably experiment with more toony vibes as well. That isn't as strict about color and light. It is more fun that way. Oh, I didn't realize that there is a double chat desktop. Why is that there? Completely out of the ordinary. Well, I sure gotta do the pinkest pink, because I have suddenly, like, apart from these colors, these, I also have a gouache opera pink that I got from Xander. Which I also gotta use. So I gotta do a lot of stuff out of the ordinary. Maybe that's gonna be my project for today. I can do some stuff, in ordinary stuff. I realized that I don't know what birches look like. Gouache opera pink. It is legendary. This feels like a boring piece. I'm bored. I'm being too cautious. I still want to go really dark with the brown here, like the dirt on the ground. How will I go about that? I should probably wet the whole thing and make something out of it. Yeah, I will do that. Wet it all. Well, maybe a bit too much. Now, how will this behave? It's not really dark. Oh no, 3-minute ad about toothbrushing. Are you brushing your teeth? Oh, I'm not using this for that. This big boy. Be back. Please do not use toothpaste as watercolor. It will probably eat up the paper. One would think that they would do at least some sort of specialized target for the types of stream. But maybe that's a permission thing. I wouldn't know. Now, some of this manganese violet amidst the here. Maybe I could even add some cobalt blue, which is my nemesis. Good, they didn't like waste their money on showing you an ad about brushing teeth. Great. Now we're getting a dirtier ground. It's fine if this one doesn't turn out like perfect. Shouldn't be a problem. I keep worrying and it's no worry. This is at best the concept sketch. I might even need to be bolder with the snow shadows. What am I hearing? Mischievous birds doing mischievous things. Up to mischief. Now, what's a good color? I mean, I'm using a lot of. Is this Schminke Paints Gray bluish to get strong and deep colors? I can see how that mixes with my brown. I wonder if this brown color is of like student quality, because I'm not feeling that it's doing much. It's very hard to get a good coverage with it and everything. Now let's put some Payne's Gray in. It turns greenish. Greenish black brown. And it's still very light. I want it stronger. Deeper. More saturated. Let's hook some good chunks from this brown here. Now, how's this? Still very light. I can do some dabs. Just to make some variation in the hues. I was talking to the boy about how we agree that ad block is probably healthy, given that advertisement is a form of brainwashing. Which isn't really cool. Seeing advertisement is often non-consensual brainwashing. I know people are like, some people say like, oh, but I can watch this ad because the video owner gets money or whatever, but no, man. It's like just getting shot because someone else gets paid for it. I don't see how that's a valid transaction. Yeah, I think thing is, one thing about ads is how they will give you the idea of something existing, and you might be thinking about it, and then, oh, but maybe that would be nice to have. Things that you might not have initially thought of, even wanting or thought that existed. So, on one end, it's like, oh, but that's kind of useful, but nah. It's like discussing the uses of AI without setting everything on fire. Like you can't discuss the gray areas without many hoops. You get cravings for weeks and you resist. Whoa. I have been craving for at least a week or two getting a dot card with watercolor swatches for Winsor & Newton, which is a brand I don't really trust, but I think it's alright. But I'm gonna play with that too. Wow. So what triggers you to actually get an item you're suddenly wanting or thinking of? I mean, I sometimes just end up getting the thing, even though I know it won't last, just to sate the craving. Which I suppose is a way to deal. Perhaps not ideal. It's okay for other people's business. I think the ground here has to dry for a while before layering other things on top, otherwise it'll just peak at this depth and can't do much. How useful it is versus how expensive it is. Hey, Casey! Welcome! How are you doing? If it survives the 2-week wait trial, very nice. Oh yeah. Hey, close wipe. Is this the Franker cook? Frankersy is like a Chef Frank. That is cute. The dog is Twitch legend emote. Is that a native Twitch emote? Franker Z. Yeah, Franker Z is a good emote. Now, should I... You agree that the shadows here in the snow can handle some extra depth, right? Sure you do. Yeah, I was talking about using the cobalt, because I hate cobalt. Is it cobalt even? I think it is. The whole thing with cobalt is how it granulates, right? I can even check that on here. Just dab on this dot card. See how it behaves, but I'm not sure if I want that for... Here, I can try on this swatch sheet. I'm not sure if I want that on my paper. Maybe I shouldn't care so much. Maybe I should just do it. How else will I ever make use of the cobalt? There's so much here. Oh, goodness. So ultramarine is probably a better color for me. Intense. I think this is working. Now the clip is on a bad spot. I should move it. There. That still kinda is a bad spot. Oh well. We have... This brush is very nice. I don't know what defines like good from bad or differentiates most of the time, but this brush is able to hold a lot of water, doesn't dry out instantly, which for sure feels like a better thing than the other brush I have. Now I saw someone in a watercolor video being like, oh, but you shouldn't add color while it's deceptively dry. But I'm impatient. I know this isn't completely dry, And so the layering might fade. Or not work out as I would like it to, but look, I can't have waiting for paint to dry stream, you know? It's kind of rough. Wouldn't be ideal. Hey, thank you for the follow, Claw Swipe. That's nice of you. Now, what else can I use this for? I have this... Yeah, if this is birch... Mistake. Well, better late than never. Not that you have been missing out. I have not been streaming for a month. Okay, these birch stripes are not exactly convincing, but what you gonna do? Oh, Casey. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Oh, you missed out. You didn't miss out. There was nothing to miss. Casey is just a funny guy. Yeah, you're supposed to say exactly what you want, Casey. Followers only, yeah. Now, how's this looking? Now, having something more contrast here feels like I can also go deeper on the contrast on the wolf now. Oh, let's see. Just gotta do a quick thing. Followers only. Yeah. Okay, so we have these colors that are granulating right now. The cobalt blue is granulating too, but not as much as the manganese violet. That is fine though. It's fine for this context. I should actually try painting more nature scenery, because then that's where I would make use of the manganese violet that I have a whole pan of. I was feeling brave. I wanted to see how big are like full pans. You know, usually watercolors coming half pans, which is like the standard small things. So it was out of curiosity of the size, and I was gambling that I would like the color. I like the hue. I don't like how the colors behave on paper. Why do I hate granulating? I can show you. I can find a drawing and show you what I mean. You see, I draw a lot of characters, and what I usually want then is that colors will just lay on flat and fine, no special shenanigans. But when I try to use it, this granulating color here on the dress, together with a different non-granulating color, it doesn't quite work out. So I hate them for my specific uses. Though I do recognize that this granulating color can probably be mixed successfully with other colors to create fun hues and stuff on textured surfaces like rocks, rocky areas, nature, and grass, dirt, those things that would like to have that kind of texture. But for my dress here, this drawing is ruined. It's just a quick one, but I can't use that. And this is like, I would like to have a redder violet than this. I think this is Carbazzola Violet from Daniel Smith. This one, Schminke Manganese Violet. If I could have something that was a rich color of this hue, that was also fine. I would love that. Well, it could have looked less coarse probably. Then it would have been a flat wash of this first and then use the granulating purple. And that actually, I mean, it's a fair question. I could even test that. Now, it's part of how I'm trying to learn using color and light in art, that I try to not do the classic flat wash first over the whole thing and then a wash of shadow. So I'm trying to be like, oh, but I gotta choose this color for light part and this color for the dark part, which I would think is usually true. It's a sane thing to do. However, in this context, you might be right that the granulating color should be across all of it. So it's a clash of, how do you say, clash of use case, intention, and reality, I suppose. Yeah, I'll be letting this dry, and we can see how it works out. Would be nice if I could lay it flat, but maybe I can. It can just be here, blooming, boing. Wanting it to lay flat, but it's not going to. Alright. It's okay to derail the art stream sometimes. Because I mean, paint needs to dry. What you gonna do? Now I'm gonna make sure not to use of this color here in the palette, since that is the manganese mix. It works for dirt. It's not gonna work for much else. Okay, I'll just let that dry as is. Now, I want more dark. What can I use? I have Carbazzola Violet. I'm starting to think that, although I like how much I've used of the Schminke, it should be even more blue here, so I might go for a violet here. What's this? Dusty glass. No, not gonna use that. Little treat to make everyone nervous. Yeah, look at it. Pool. This is also on not great paper. Now, for where? There. Brush. We have brush. Now, I will still be sort of wasteful and just, this is the Schminke Quinrose pool. I'll be adding to that. And I think I'm just gonna do the Daniel Smith Carbazole Violet and just a little bit of it, not too much, because I don't want it to be overpowering. And the Carbazole Violet is very strong. Actually a bit more though. There we go. Oh boy. That is very violet. Strong violet. Yes. So might be I want to focus on the parts that are actually the darkest now. And try not to blankly go over like the entire area. Just to see how much detail I can add to it. I'll probably do a darker wash as well. If I have time. I don't have time. I'm leaving soon. Stream will end soon. But it's fine. I don't have to make a... or I don't want to make a habit out of saying like, oh, I wish I could go into streaming again. Like, oh, I would like to get back into it. I would like to get back into it, but it's not gonna happen if I just talk about it. Talking about it does not solve it or make it happen more. Well, some other great news is that I've been more motivated lately to work on comic stuff, which ideally means that sometime this year I might be able to stream more comic work, which I am looking forward to. It is so gonna be great. This again. Maybe, just maybe, I should get myself a good brush that is small. Yeah, we're getting this cooler shade. I think it is an improvement. I am planning that today will be my Malamandag, loving memory of the Malamandag that I missed due to sickness. but we'll see. Painting Monday on a Saturday, you bet. Gotta make up for lost time. Okay, I like parts of this. Some of it works, some of it does not work. And that is cool to learn. But if I'm going to bring this book, I should stop painting. No. It doesn't look too bad though. I'm liking this. It's a nice exercise. It's also sweet to be leaving the white largely. Oh, well. Looks like this one takes forever to dry. Look him drip. Yeah, it's not making the world a better place. And also, it's not bad for the second to last page of the whole book. However, there is a blank page in the beginning of this book, which has been primed with gesso. I gotta figure out what I want to paint on that, because the idea is to use acrylic paint or acrylic markers if I visit someone who I can borrow from. But I really struggle with figuring out what I should be trying to paint on there. Okay, at this rate, I'm just waiting. Should I just quit? Yeah, I think so. So that's pretty much it. Let me pop this off. Maybe I could do some extra details with pencil or something. Later when it's dry. But yeah, this is the last page, like actually the final page. That's pretty neat. So I might be doing more details here, but that's not gonna happen on stream. Oh, I guess I could write in the date. 21st. Oh. True. I wonder if February 21st is fun day for the Zelda speedrunners. Let's see. I'll be... there. If I don't put a date on things, I will go crazy. But yeah, I will be going now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging with me. I won't promise any next time, because I will not be able to keep it. But I will see you again sometime. Thank you all.